Why is it any time the Canadian Revenue Agency is in the news, they always somehow manage to make it worse? After the news was leaked that the CRA paid out millions of dollars in bogus refunds after taxpayers had their CRA accounts hacked by fraudsters, you would think their priority would be to fix the mistakes they made, review how it happened, and come up with a plan to ensure it doesn't happen again. Because, logic, right? Identify, assess, prioritize, mitigate, monitor, and review. However, it seems the agency missed the memo and have come up with their own plan to tackle the scandal by going on a witch hunt to find whistleblowers who may have spoken to the media and expose the severity of the bogus payouts and breaches. The consensus is that management is nervous, one source said. Any media contacts, they're saying, don't talk to them at all, don't talk to journalists. I think they're very much trying to control the narrative. According to multiple sources, the CRA's senior leadership is anxious, looking for ways to silence employees and to limit media coverage. 2 weeks ago, CBC reported that tens of thousands of CRA taxpayer accounts were hacked, numbers far larger than what the agency had previously reported to Parliament. CBC Radio Canada also reported that the agency wrongly authorized the release of $40 million in bogus refunds to a single bank account without verifying what turned out to be sham documents. And now multiple sources are coming forward to raise concerns over attempts to downplay the extent of the problems facing the agency. Bruh, this agency literally has one job: to count money and verify documents. I strongly feel that Canadians have the right to know how their personal information is handled as well as protected by the CRA, said another source, who asked not to be identified as they are concerned about retaliation from the agency. We are constantly reminded of how bad it could be to breach privacy at work, the source continued, adding they believe that no organization in Canada breaches privacy for Canadians more than the CRA. The numbers just are not adding up. If we are to believe the CRA, they only lost $3 million this year to fraud. Sources, however, disagree, putting the number well over $6 million for this year, based solely on bogus T1 returns. Sources say that if the CRA included other bogus refunds it had been duped into paying out, including those from businesses and GST accounts, the amounts would be significantly higher, like into the hundreds of millions kind of higher. Luckily, at least the government has noticed that things aren't right, with opposition parties saying they plan to call Revenue Minister Marie-Claude Bibeau and CRA officials to testify before both the Ethics and Finance Committees. Yeesh, what a mess.